Welcome everybody to Draymond's StarCraft 2 for everyone else tournament. We're bringing you another exciting game today. We're going to be seeing WhiteRa, the Protoss player, versus LingKing, the Zerg player. Zerg have been doing badly in their tournaments lately, but can LingKing turn it around and smack down WhiteRa to take this championship? Or can he not? Let's find out as this first match in the round of 8. WhiteRa versus LingKing, and today I won't be joined by my co-caster Dylan, as he's not available for this game. Watch on and enjoy. Okay guys, so I am here just to show you a fun sort of game I had with Protoss. I wasn't playing a real great player because I have been losing a few games lately because I really have been back to university and other stuff, and I haven't been playing enough StarCraft 2, so my skills are slipping because they do. But anyways, I had some fun build and some fun stuff that I'm going to show you. So let's fast forward this and get to some interesting stuff. Now one thing he did really wrong is he really doesn't do that much drone production. He's really bad on that. I'm doing a forge fast expand. Not a perfect one. I didn't do it perfectly. I probably should have put that forge up there like I originally planned. That way I would have had my wall in with 2 buildings. Only needed 1 pylon initially, but anyways, notice when you put your cannons back here, notice there's 1 gap of space here. That's in case you get roaches, so roaches can't outrange you. Of course, getting that very early on. Now, I would like to just sort of look at what the Zerg player is doing. Just point out he's not doing the best things. He did get an in-base hatchery, but he's not using his larva there that much. He's really not making it worthwhile to have that because he's not putting out enough. All he really used it for is to get queens out faster, which isn't really enough. And of course, he got a couple of early spine crawlers. I guess he was expecting some weird rush from me. I have no clue. He got them anyways, which I guess that's okay. But his placement really isn't that perfect. You know, he just puts them out here in the open. They're not guarding off the ramp, which is a nice small choke point, because if I'm going to bring ground army, I pretty much have to go to that ramp. But then again, I think part of it is that he wants to keep his queens near his hatcheries, and he wants to keep his queens near these. So if you're going to do that, leave them a little bit further back, so that way if I get a run by, they're still in range of this mineral line to pick off anything that does attack me. As you can see, he is going for speed lanes. He actually does go Mutiling build. He doesn't go into Bane lanes because Bane lanes are quite weak against Zealots, and in general, just Protoss ground units because of their shields. So as you can see here, I am going 4 gate after my Forge Fast Expand, but I'm also going Phoenixes. I thought I'd do some fun Phoenix play. I'm going to show you guys some fun play with Phoenixes because they are a lot of fun. There's a lot of good things to do. Thankfully, he's not a great player, so he's not attacking because I did not build enough army early on. I really should have built more army early on, but I didn't. So thankfully, he didn't attack fast. And I've got a bunch of Phoenixes out waiting for a good number. And let's see, take a look at the income tab. Look at that. I'm way more harvesters, partially because he waited so long to expand, and partially because I did my fast expand, and also he wasn't droning up hard enough. So he is starting to get his Mutalisks out now. And I've got my fleet of Phoenixes out. Once 2 more finish, I'm going to go in and have some fun. So as you can see now, I am finally starting to build up my ground. I'm not fast enough. My macro is slipping a bit because I do have a lot of resources, but I have been focusing on these Phoenixes right now. And of course, saturation is pretty decent. I pretty much got a perfect number at this base as well as this base, so saturation is not a problem. I do have a couple small upgrades on the way, ground weapons, and I did get my air weapons level 1 as well right away for those Phoenixes. Okay. So let's see, these Phoenixes are going to come in. Now I really wasn't paying enough attention with them right away because I was trying to build some other stuff at the same time, so I really didn't snipe properly, but I got a couple drone kills maybe. But see how I sent the first one in, but I didn't have the other ones close enough to attack? I could have gotten 1 more drone snipe if I'd noticed right away. And the other problem too is I sort of looked away when his big army came in, so I did get hurt a bit. I lost 2 Phoenixes, which was actually a big loss. Because he does have so much anti-air, especially with those mutas. So, as you can see right now, I'm way behind, but with some good micro, I'm going to catch up on the units lost. As you can see, now I'm going to try and go up to his expansion, but I guess I'm just hanging out here. He catches me a little off position because I was doing some other stuff, but thankfully I was keeping an eye on my mini-map because I knew my Phoenix was there. As soon as he started attacking, I was able to get them out of there, compared to having to wait, you know, that extra 5 seconds for that voice to say you're under attack. Of course, I'm going to try and just dart them around because they can attack while moving, which can give me a huge advantage over the Mutalisks. So right there I engaged way too far forward, big mistake. Now I'm starting to sort of attack and move so that way my units are taking less damage. You know, right here I could have got a couple quick drone snipes, but I thought his army would get there a little faster. It didn't, oh well. But I do see that he Zerglings out. I really noticed that he's going heavy Zerglings, so if you notice now I'm going to start getting Colossi. Actually not quite yet, but I am going to very soon. I've noticed that he's got a big Zergling build. One thing I am doing, I've also got the Zealots just because I've got so many minerals. I really should have gotten more Stalkers, but I was always short on gas because I didn't have that third base and I was doing a Phoenix build. So Phoenixes are very gas intensive. I really should have just gotten Zealots instead of even teching up to Colossi. I should have saved that, you know, 200 gas each plus the gas needed for the what is that? Something Bay. Not Robo Bay. Yeah, Robo Bay. Robo Bay is where you get it. So I'm building a few more Phoenixes, just going to hide him up here until I get a critical mass again, because he does have way too many Mutalisks to defend against. Okay, so let's speed this up. Now one thing I want you to notice is I did notice those Mutas come up here with my probe that he killed, so I brought my whole army up here just to make sure that I could defend against that, and brought my Phoenixes from the other side so that I could flank him. And see, look at that, how I'm just darting back, and then going in again. Now the thing that I want to do is I want to try and get these weak ones in the back, so I really want to try and get on this side of him because that will put my weak ones in the back. And right there I just had to do something else, so I couldn't keep microing too bad, or else I could have probably gotten another 2 free Muta kills. So I'm going to back out because I was afraid his queens might be there, and I'm just going to go for some nice drone snipes until his Mutas show up. So I'm going to get like 5 or 6 drones. I can just watch the number tear off in a few seconds, so it goes from 40 to about 35 I believe. And actually it worked out well for me, those Mutas. He ran them away instead of trying to engage there, so I didn't take any damage and got a few free hits. This was stupid. I accidentally picked up that without having the rest of my Phoenix in position. And as you can see, really trying to micro Phoenix effectively, and you can now see that I've really pulled far ahead, 1,500 minerals ahead in the mineral loss count. And of course I am macroing up my ground army now, and as you can see, I do have a random WhiteRa. That was really annoying. Just misclicked the hotkey, but I still am getting a few more Phoenixes, partially because he has all of those Mutalisks, and also because they're just so much, they're so good for getting that map control, keeping him confined in his base and sniping out the probes when I need to. So, as you can see here, he was trying to take it down along with me at the same time, but he ran away when I started attacking. And now I'm getting those Colossi out to deal with those Zerglings, even though really I should have just gone straight for pure Zealots because I do have the charge upgrade. I would have been way, way better just because I have way too many minerals. Okay, so a couple more Phoenixes coming out. And let's just speed this up because there's no real interesting play for a little while. The only thing I do sort of want to point out is I'm putting up forward pylons. This allows me not only to gain vision on parts of the map, similar to Creep, but it also allows me to warp in units a lot closer to my main army. And also, oh, as you can see there, I did try and do a bit of a Phoenix attack. There really wasn't much to attack. I didn't get too much. All that I was able to do was sort of micro around and try and hurt his Mutas without losing anything. So that wasn't too interesting. And now I'm bringing a bunch of probes down here. I'm going to make a nexus, but sadly all the probes blocked that nexus from building. It cancelled on its own, and I didn't realize that until later into the game. It sucked because look, I'm almost mined out completely here, so I really needed that. That is going to hurt me. What's also really going to hurt me is my army here. I'm not going to micro at all when I go in and attack, and I really don't have enough Stalkers or Phoenixes to deal with those mass Mutas. Also, I should have had a few sentries in here just for Guardian Shields, because that really negates the Mutalisk bounce attack with the blade. So as you can see, really doing no micro. Micro I did was backing up that Colossi so that he wasn't engaging the front of the army. Charge lots and Colossi just own their ground force, but sadly I just don't have enough Stalkers to deal with these tons and tons of Mutalisks. There's 15 left on the map. I warped in some more, but nowhere near enough. I really am stupid from this point on, just throwing my Stalkers into their death. You know, I really should wait until I have about at least 15 before engaging, maybe 10. And the other thing that I do later, but I should have done earlier, is these ground forces are useless here. I should have just rushed them in right away and attacked that natural expansion. I do that in a bit, but it takes me quite a while to do that because I'm just too busy trying to get extra warp gates and trying to get enough Stalkers to deal with these remaining Mutas. But the problem is, this base is not up and running. I'm not paying attention. Really, 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 really hurts me right now. So Thankfully I do notice it sooner or later, but I really should have noticed it sooner. And gonna go in for some... Of course, see, once again, bringing in way too few stalkers, and you can just see my unit loss count is just skyrocketing compared to his. All those probe kills helped him a little bit, but now he can just terrorize my ground force unchecked because I do not have any air. Okay, so let's heat up again. And finally getting my bases going. Really stupid that I didn't earlier. So now I'm going to finally start having some more income. He does come in for some good harass, but one mistake he made was he backed out just from one cannon. He definitely had enough to take care of that cannon. He shouldn't have backed out so early, but he really wants everyone to count. As you can see, I'm trying desperately to micro those few phoenixes I had. I lost most of them already. I get more damage in than he got, but it still wasn't enough. So Warpian, just a couple. See, trying to micro, trying to pull him towards that cannon. Very important. Try and pull him towards your cannon when you're low on units. He is backing out now because he's like, no. And sadly, I just ran him right in there without paying attention. He was smart. He was running away and then came forward and attacked. If I'd been paying attention, I could have pulled back in time. But, oh well. So Warpian a few stalkers down here to deal with that, as I see that he's got a very low number now. So I'm not as worried about getting critical mass, but I will wait for a few more, finally being smart about that. Just in case, and I probably saw that he brought up a couple more, so I said, good thing I'm waiting. And what I do is I bring up these stalkers from the back and then warp in whatever I can here. And this is really going to be enough finally to push off these mutalisks. As you can see, a lot of them are pretty soft. Oh, what are the hit point bars? H. He's got a lot of soft ones there. So let's bring up the production tab. I'm getting Blink because I decided Blink might help me with these mutalisks. I never really ended up using it. Oh well, but also just help them move around the map faster. But as you can see, like, I'm just, you know, even though he's got absolutely no economy, I'm really hurting too. I've just got all these idle probes, so I just have to really oversaturate that base way more than I want. And notice here, I did snipe out that hatchery down there, so I wasn't looking on the minimap, but I knew his army was too big for me to fight, so I had my stalkers retreat to the safety of these cannons, and of course he's smart. He says, I'm not going to engage, I know there's cannons there, and I got some charge lots to deal with these ground forces, and hopefully my stalkers can attack the air. Now I do go in for an attack, but sadly, even though I try and micro my stalkers to only attack air, they don't. I really also, as I said before, I really should have put in one sentry into this army, or two just for that guardian shield against those mutalisks. Okay, so doing some more cleanup duties against his probes. Those charge lots are just doing a ton of damage, and I ended up winning the game. So hopefully you guys had some fun watching how phoenixes can be used and how they can be fun. You know, this wasn't really a tutorial or anything. This was just, I guess, the equivalent to me casting a game, except it wasn't pro level and pretty lame, but there you go. I thought I'd put something up, and I don't have anything else good to put up today, so hope you enjoyed, and have a good day.